a big teddy bear. Don't you worry about him.
He just wants a hug.
I don't know, dude.
Man, the direct messages he sends to me, he's just a teddy bear. He wants cuddles.
Here we go.
Telling you.
Jesus. So, guys, I'm gonna do a small intro, and then we're gonna roll. Yeah.
Copy that.
Here we go. Let me unmute myself. Okay. Thumbs up if you guys can hear me in the stream, and thumbs up if you guys can hear our participants. Guests, say something.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, gentlemen.
You need some milk.
Thursday.
It's now working. You guys cannot hear them. Checking.
Feels bad.
Checking settings.
1, 2, 3.
Can't hear you guys.
Please recheck. Please recheck. Make noise, guys. And
Ah,
guys.
hello.
Noise,
all
noise,
There
noise,
we go.
noise.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Nice to see you guys. It's a pleasure having you guys here in our podcast. Tonight, we're going to talk about ADS versus point firing in Escape from Tarkov among other things. Yeah, my name is iRedseven, and I'm going to try to be your host for tonight. I put together a very interesting panel, as you guys see here, and I will introduce the guests in a bit, or they will introduce themselves in a bit. But let's set up our scene here, yeah? So we were talking about ADS and point firing. Why those topics? Why such a niche topic, and not talk about network hardware updates on the servers and stuff like that? You know, those things which are burning in Reddit and so on, yeah? I would say, first of all, there has been a lot of talking about the daily topics on social media, on the forums, and so on. And for some of the devs, yeah, we had this discussion with Nikita before, back then when I joined the podcast. Some of the things are, I don't know. We need to move on. We need to move on with, and then just not stop asking about hackers. Stop asking about the normal things, because these guys, these devs are doing more, or they're doing what they can and even more to give us a very good experience. And I don't think there's anyone here not agreeing with that. Yeah, we have seen, apart from giving us a good experience in Escape from Tarkov, they have given us an amazing raid series. Yeah, something that we have never seen so far coming from a game. Yeah, the amazing raid series. They have given us private servers to play in the Punisher tournament. I mean, I have not played, but you know what I mean, yeah? Then a lot of other cool things like the merch website. These guys are doing more. So there's no doubt about that the devs are not giving 100% and even more, yeah? Then second of all, not all the devs are programmers and coders. So when something happens, Nikita cannot switch all the department to coding, because some of the guys are artists, some of the guys are weapon modelers, some of the guys are designers, testers, sound engineers, and so on, yeah? I'm sure Nikita can talk a lot more about this. And then second, there have been a lot of announcements on social media, like I said, on forums. And also Nikita, or the devs in general, like to surprise us with hidden things. Yeah, cultists was a very good one. We went to woods or shoreline or so, we found cultists. Yeah, so those are the main reasons why we chose this topic. And then second of all, we chose this topic because it's an interesting one. At least if you want to know a bit more the core mechanics of the game, it's definitely interesting, right? Okay, good. So I would say let's let our guests introduce themselves briefly, and then let's give Nikita the word to give us an overview over the general situation of Escape from Tarkov. Maybe if you wish, Nikita, talking a bit about keeping us up to date a bit with
Okay.
how did this network situation went with like changing hardware and stuff like that.
Okay.
Maybe with the status of Streets of Tarkov and whatever you desire to share with us. So I'm
Okay.
going to start. Nikita, would you like to start, or should we introduce ourselves quickly?
I think it's better for everyone to introduce themselves, because usually when I start to like be talking, I do this like for hours, so it's better. For everybody.
All All right. So
Introduce
according to
himself.
how I see the guys here, Tahales, you start, my man.
Hello everyone. I'm Lawrence. I'm from Bern, Switzerland. Used to be a tank commander, plumber, now streamer, and I stream pretty much every day from Monday to Friday and play Tarkov since like 3 years by now, a little bit more. And yep, that's it.
All right. OnePeg?
Hi, I'm OnePeg. I've been streaming this game a long time, and I make a lot of YouTube videos, usually about like game changes, and I try to limit it to things that I'm supposed to let people know about. Sorry, Nikita, I didn't mean to share things I wasn't supposed to. Sorry, man.
Axel.
Yes, I'm Axel. I like the PvP aspect of Tarkov, so I'm the one who enjoys clicking these heads. So yeah, clicking them heads is the way.
DanExert.
How you doing, guys? First of all, thanks for having us here. Really, really appreciate it. My name is Dan. I'm from the UK. Served in the army for just under 8 years. I'm a massive fan of the like the RPG and the story side of the game. I really, really enjoy like the realism aspects, and I'm always trying to like push that immersive playstyle rather than the super aggressive PvP stuff. It's great to be here, and really looking forward to kicking some ass tonight.
Our boy Glorious.
Hello, everyone. My name is Glorious. I'm not that good at the game. I'm just having fun. I'm a part-time streamer. I have a full-time job next to my streaming. I'm a social worker. I work with kids with special needs, and that's me. Hello.
Nice to have you. Ghost Freak.
Hi, I'm Ghost. Everyone knows me as the bully. I don't bully too many people on Twitch, but yeah. I'm a full-time streamer currently. I am still serving in the army, and I was a competitive CS and COD player.
All right. Robin, the bully man. Sorry, Robin.
That was Ghostfreak, not me. So hey guys, my name is Robin. I'm all about the positive vibes and non-toxic stream. If you're into PvP and stuff like this, you're more than invited. I also served in the army not too long, but I did, and for like right now I'm a full-time streamer. So.
All right. And then we have Sugart.
Hi, I'm Sugard. I'm French. I've been in the army for 7 years in parachute infantry. I was squad leader, and now I'm reserve in Marines Regiment. And I enjoy playing the game because it's super realistic. It's the best you can get apart from armor. And obviously, you can notice by my accent that I'm French, but I'm doing my best to keep on. And yeah, and I love to add my knowledge on the combat experience I had in Afghanistan or in Africa to add to the game as best as I can.
Perfect. Thank you for joining. All right, Nikita, you have the word.
First of all, it's really good to see like so many people from different places around the world. And for myself, I never thought about it like that someday people will play my game all around the world. Like for a long time ago, I think maybe 12 or 13 years, I was thinking about creating something like in the game dev industry, and I thought that I will just create something in Russia and everybody will play it in Russia. But right now it's all around the world, and it's for me it's I like feeling myself shy, like it's a bit uncomfortable for me to understand the reality that the game is played all around the world, and we have like different kind of players with different kind of experience, real life or gaming experience, and they are all playing the game. And especially it's a hard thing to understand for myself and to get it over that everybody is playing the game and feeling all of the like good and bad sides of it. And especially for myself, for the creator and the game director, like when we have actually something going bad in the game, it's always hurting my feelings and myself, even physically, because I understand that you are experiencing this too, and it's not like all right for myself, and that's why I always like feeling that we should do better, and it's really important, and I think it's a general motivation for myself and for our company to make things better and better, to make your experience better and better through the time. So I just like the short wrap up, the short status, what's going on right now. First of all, I want to say that we are on the testing phase of the patch 12.10, and it will be a general quality patch. It will contain a bit of content, a bit of new like small features, a lot of fixes and stuff. So it will be just a general like good quality patch, and I think it will be all right, especially because it has a lot of things related to optimization, network quality stuff. So it will make the game better. That's what we are all about right now. And right now we are testing, and I believe it's not so long to understand. It's not so long to actually to wait this patch, so it will be pretty soon. I can't tell you the exact date because it all depends on the testing phase right now. Yeah, and it means that we just need more time to understand and give you the exact dates. So it will be very soon. All I can say. The next thing that we are definitely trying to improve the server infrastructure, because we had like 2 big iterations of it with the 4 or 5 hour break in the game. It was just yesterday, I think, or like 2 days before too. And it's all about like mostly the backend servers, because as you know, I don't know, maybe you don't know, like we not only having like issues within our like backend code and server code or something, and receive all of this like delays, all these breakdowns and etc., but we also have a lot of bad people trying to attack us, like with different kind of attacks. So they try to like do different stuff to like break our security, like to do like different kind of stuff, overload our servers, of course, and it all need to like to our infrastructure to be modified, and the not powerful servers will be replaced and stuff. So we did a lot of things, especially for the like crucial components of our networking system, like backend system, when we like replaced a lot of servers. And it's also not it's not only about the backend servers, it's also about game servers too. And we did a lot of tweaks and changes that we actually could do, like about different kind of stuff related to tick rates, like dynamic tick rate, for example. And we kind of experimenting with it, and we received a lot of things how to actually do it properly in the nearest future. So as you said, like at the start of this podcast, we do everything that we can and even more to enrich and make your experience be better and better. And it's all, first of all, it's all about the networking stuff. It's like cheater stuff, anti-cheat stuff, and like general quality things that we need to improve at first, because we don't want you guys to get used to issues in the game, because it's really bad. For myself, it's a disaster if you like will play the game, but you will get used to all of the bugs, all of the like issues, and it's bad. And we just want to get rid of them, and that's what we do right now. Also, we continue to do like further stuff, like big chunks of new like content and features, because we just can't implement them into the nearest patches. So we kind of divide it into several patches and do this like work simultaneously. And I'm talking about like the Streets of Tarkov location, because it's again like huge, I don't know, enormous location. And I believe it's also not so long to reveal you another teaser of this location because the guys did
Nice.
a lot of work and created like big areas, new areas of the location. Also, big ongoing features like weapon malfunctions, like overheating and stuff. It's a big feature. Then, like we decided to do it. Like it needs more time. And my favorite and most awaited feature is like storyline quests, and we finally started to progress in this like term, and we started to actually do this, and it's pretty cool because it's my favorite feature. I think for this year, except Streets of Tarkov location, I think this is the second most awaited feature, most awaited part of the game for myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? Like in general, this is it actually, because as I said, we have like the constant like amount of workers, of coders, and like engineers who actually works with the general quality things, network improvement, optimization, quality of life features, like bugs, which like doesn't allow us to play the game properly and stuff. The other part of the company works on the new features, works on the big features that will be released at point 13 patch at the end of this year. So everybody is loaded, and we are expanding. I mean, expanding not like in geographic way, but we are hiring more people, more and more and more. I think from the start of this year, we hired almost 25 new specialists into our company, and we are hiring like constantly. We're waiting and watching and searching for everybody who will help us, especially with some higher tier development stuff like graphical programming and like network programming and everything related to it too. So everything is going okay right now. Even we are continuing to work from homes mostly, because I think 20% of the company members are working in the office right now, because in Russia we don't have such strict like laws and limitation as like in Europe. So it's not meant like we don't give a shit about it, but we got used to it. I think the Russian community, and so it's okay for us for slowly move back to the office work. But I think it will stay like hybrid type of work. We will continue to work from homes and an office, because it depends. It actually gives us some kind of freedom how we should work, because the main principle of work in our team, for myself, if you are good at work, you should do it as you want, like as you prefer, from home, not from home, and as long as you do your work properly and in time. So for myself, it's perfectly all right. That's it. That's the short status what's going on.
Okay. Could you tell us what the patch 12.10 is going to be about? Performance or
as I told you, it will be like the general quality patch. It will be about everything, fixes and optimizations. There will be a bunch of content, new content, some new weapons, new armor and stuff. It will contain the Steam audio will be back.
When?
Wow,
that's
12.10. In 12.10.
Perfect. And then factory expansion not in 12.10.
Factory expansion will be in 12.11. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12.11. Yeah. And actually, I plan to do a podcast like the dev blog thing, and tell you more about what will be in 12.10. Yes. We are currently thinking about launching it in the ETS servers, dispatch, to test things out. and all I can say that it's not that big. It's just a good one because we actually did it for 2 months from the start of this year. So what like as I said before, we like the idea to have smaller quality patches every month. Like it's a perfect condition. But also there is a like big pile of big part of the company working on the big patches like 0.13 and like the big feature patches and big content patches, for example. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Good. Would you guys like to ask Nikita something about the general situation, but not going into the stuff that it's being talked daily? Yeah, because we know about that stuff. Yeah.
If I could, I just wanted to say one thing. Nikita, I know you guys are getting so much hate on social medias, and I'm very sorry for that. But I really hope you do know that, the core community is there and actually supporting what you guys are doing, and like we love the game despite the
Hell
problems. We can understand there are problems, but we also can understand you're working on it. And I hope you are watching some streams at least and see that we do love the game, and
Yes.
not everyone is like Twitter already, because
Of course,
it's not like that.
we are like old timers, and I understand. Like maybe I started to understand things like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, but I perfectly understand that a lot of like the most part of the players like loving the game. They play the game, they stream it, they watch it, and all of the haters, all of the complainers, like it's a good sign of like something is not right, and it's always for us a good sign. We just need not to get like into it too deep, not to hurt our feelings and like the mental condition. But it's okay. It's totally okay. I personally do not feel pressure at this moment, and this allows me to work as I want, and this allows me to be focused on the good stuff. I always wanted this, and I hope it will keep like the same thing during like the next times. And it doesn't mean that I don't care or something. I do care very much, and that's why this 12.10 patch is mostly about fixes. And we decided to do as much fixes as possible, and like for this period, like the time period of this patch, like 1.5 2 months. So it's okay for us. So yeah, I totally get it. Do not be afraid that it kind of like bothers us or slowing us down. No, it's totally all right. We are how to say it, we got used to it actually.
I hope you guys are seeing the love from the community, not only the bad part and the hate on Reddit and all the bad social medias.
Of course, like we actually receive a lot more positive things right now than before, because I don't know, maybe people finally started to understand how it will be better for us, not to hate us, not to apply pressure for us to make us work or something. It's better to give us the motivation. It's better to give us good feelings about that we do. It's like when we completed and showed you the last episode of the raid, we received 99% of positive commentaries. And
Fuck yeah.
it was so cool because we understood that we did it right. I did it right too, because
Yeah, you did.
I did a lot of work on the 5th episode, because I like was an art director for all of the like special effects production, and
Okay.
I did a lot of things just to bring you the feeling. And yeah,
Really exists. The feeling is 100% there. And just a
Yeah.
quick note on the series, man. Like, when's season 2? When is season 2? Tell us.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Like,
good,
I
man.
mean, I've got friends in my military community in France. All are special operations or former parachute regiment. And when we watched the 5th episode, honestly, we were so hyped because there was such good gear, good comms, good ops. It was like super legit, something you can't find in any other media like Hollywood or anything. It's like we are all waiting for another episode of Raid because for
Yeah.
us that are serving or former service members, especially in special ops or like combat units, this is so legit. This is the best you can get. There's nothing on YouTube. I mean, in terms of recreation, there's nothing that comes as close as the work you did. And I'm not saying that because I'm here. I'm saying that because I feel, when the guys were engaged by the cord on the courtyard of the evacuation area, uh, it was like, and the mortars were coming down. It was like something I've lived in Afghanistan, and I was like, fuck, this is the exact same shit. Sorry for my language, but that was on point. That was perfect. You couldn't have done it better. I don't know who's your military advisor, but that guy deserves a fucking Oscar.
He's really experienced, and actually he did all of the like 90% of the combat presets. I don't know how to say it, like all of the positions, all of
Coordination.
yeah, because
Okay.
I on the set I actually did a lot of art stuff. I designed the locations. I do like the different kind of art stuff related
Yeah,
to
so it relates to the game.
yeah, like a lot of things, like put a logo here, put something here, and
Yeah.
Okay.
and he like designed all of the combat situations, and everybody was like,
That was spot on. That was
he
spot
was
on.
he was like in the field, like he was like happy. He was much happier than in the office because he like all the time veteran, a lot of like stuff, like he did a lot of things related to the professional spetsnaz military style stuff, and he was happy to finally make something like related to it because he actually had
express himself. He could express himself.
he
His
had
heart.
like all of the team, and he was like his soldiers. He was in command, and it was really a good therapy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we received a lot of positive things about it, and it's really good because, of course, a lot of people ask us when or will we like make the second season or something. Even like the Skiff is dead. He's dead actually. I don't know.
Is it? No fucking way. Nikita, please. No.
Oh, get wrecked, chat.
Guys, it's hard to accept it, but it's there.
Maybe he's dead, but maybe not dead. I don't know.
Nikita,
The twist.
please.
Like the actor, let's
Tarkov
Keith.
Zombies.
He's the actual player of like EFT player too. He plays a lot of EFT.
Really?
Yeah. He asked myself like, will you resurrect me in the next season?
Just wakes up back in the hideout, man.
Can I respawn?
Just wakes up in the hideout. It'll be fine.
With Cav loot.
So there's nothing sure so far regarding the second season. Yeah, nothing confirmed.
I can tell you why. It's a huge amount of work, and it requires for myself to be on the set, to be with the production team, to be with the post-production team. I lost a lot of nerves, a lot of time to make this together. Even like the Anton, the director, helped a lot. He did a lot of work, but I need to I need to work out all of the like the concept of the game, the philosophy around the game, with all of this like Easter eggs or something, like with all of this like points of information that we will get in the game. All I can say that the story in the raid will be used in the story of the EFT in the upcoming storyline quest. So it's
Don't
really
do this to
important. The universe and the plot is huge. Even like if I decided to actually like say like tell you about the plot of the game, it will be hours because it's
Okay.
like a lot of things. And
Is it Nikita? Sorry to interrupt you. Is it somewhere? Is it going to be available somewhere, this plot, or is it only in your mind right now?
of course, it's in my mind. Of course, it's in my documents, and of course, you will not get all of the story, even it's in the game, because it's like the big story, which will contains different games. I don't know, movies, maybe books or something. So it's a long story, and the EFT is just the start of the story. And I hope I will have time and energy to make it like real, all of the like the universe, because
So,
all I
I have
can
a
see
question.
right now, like if we actually created the EFT as a single player game, I think you all guys like it will be another reality. I think you actually will be doing something else at this moment if we decided to make it single player. But the multiplayer gives us like a lot of things, a lot of experience, and a lot of pain, of course. And we spending a lot of time to combat technical stuff mostly. And the single player game will be much easier, but it's the next step, the next step, because all of the resources, all of the money that we get from the purchases of the game, it's being actually stored for the future projects, because the industry is changing and you need a lot of money to actually make something real in terms of big single player game, like different consoles and stuff. And we're still hoping and waiting that we will able to create this single player dream game, and it will be
Casual players.
what?
For casual players, for people that
No, it will not be for casual players. Come on, it will be hardcore.
good, amazing.
I actually have
I got
a question.
Yeah.
Will we ever see something like body dragging in Tarkov, where we can kill like a PMC, drag him around the corner, and then loot him, or is that like never an idea?
I didn't get it actually.
Like
Me
if
neither.
you kill a PMC, for instance, you can take his dead body, drag him in cover, and then loot him.
Dragging mechanic. Yes, it's planned. I don't know when it will be, but it depends on the feature called animation ragdoll or something. So it's more advanced ragdoll with animations. You can like see it in the, for example, GTA or Red Dead Redemption series, when you have actual ragdoll and animations blending smoothly, when like he's like line and then like transition to animation. It depends, and that's why we need to make it first, and then we will able to do unconscious state, like you will able to how to say it in English,
Axel is there. He can
pass
help
out?
you.
like pass out, yes, and hit somebody with something, for example a door, and he will lose his balance and fall.
Okay.
And it
wow.
will be
Okay, nice.
much more realistic in terms of real life, because I can understand that all of the stuff, if you try to like fight in real life combat, you will be leaning, proning, like rolling, and you can like slip off the ledge and stuff, and all this, the physics, body mechanics, it must be like be really realistic. And right now we have like we don't have it, because ragdoll
Inertia, Nikita. Are we talking about inertia?
not only inertia actually, because inertia it's pretty easy to implement, and we actually wanted to have the test in 12.10, but we are not like kind of like I don't think we will make it in 12. I'm sure that we will not make it in 12.10, but 12.11 we will have this test, because we will switch on the inertia and see how it will go in the game.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
Nikita,
I have a question.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, the thing that I wanted to ask Nikita was about the VoIP. Are we going to be able to have a, what do you call it, streamer protection, like so we can cut it off? If that's
Overall,
the thing.
yeah, I
Just
would
a
extend.
mute button.
I would extend the question. Either like, are you planning to have some like streamer mode in this game, like
Exactly.
pick the names?
Streamer, yes.
typing?
The first iteration of streamer mode will contain like you will need to be, I don't know how to say it, like approved streamers. So
Okay.
it will be-
Validated.
yeah,
Damn it.
Okay.
like Tarkov Prime.
Tarkov.
Come on,
It's a joke.
suck it up.
Tarkov Prime is a myth. So you will receive manually. You will receive this tag like your streamer, and you will have the special checkbox called streamer mode. And for the first iteration, you will like your nickname will be hidden, and I think also the server code will be hidden too, or something
Okay.
like this. So it
Okay.
will be
Okay.
just the simple things. Later, we plan to like to make something more advanced in this term, but at least we wanted to create this special tag. Maybe it will contain even a special icon, as you know, like the crown, like
Mhm.
the gear. And
Yeah.
so the streamer will contain a special icon. Maybe even the really good streamers with a lot of viewers will have
Or
like the
skills.
icon, like the unique icon, the unique streamer icon for the flex purposes, of course.
So you're gonna add us to Black Division? Is what you're saying?
No,
Black Division.
we don't have.
Nikita, talking
No.
talking about the Black Division, Nikita, and raid, yeah, because we mentioned the raid before. Is
Mm.
there? Could you tell us something about the Black Division?
No,
May-
no, 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 no. I don't.
Of course not.
May I just
What-
ask one question regarding that streamer mode
What-
thingy? I'm gonna be a lawyer of the devil, even though I don't do it. But will there be also a pink hider?
Pink hider. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe. Like, actually, you can. All of you, not only you, but all of the streamers decide and create some kind of list. What do you actually want with the streamer mode? It will be helpful because I'm not the streamer, and I know that things are changing even in the streamer industry. I can say that. So maybe you'll just give us a list. What do you want, and we decide what should we do.
Yeah.
Who are we
Recommendation.
writing that to? Who are we writing that to?
What?
Who should we write to if we had so
Dimitri,
many?
for example. Dimitri is all right.
We can put it
Dimitri.
together, guys, and send it to Dimitri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he will send
Okay.
it to me.
Nikita, I have a question for you. I have a question regarding the episodes of raids. I mean, my question is very simple. Is about the budget because it is super fucking realistic.
But
It is amazingly realistic from a combatant point of view. So my question is, how was your budget? Was it like a high budget, a middle budget, or low budget? Because you did really well, and I'm
Okay,
really eager to know what your budget was for the producing of the raid series.
I can say you're the approximately because I'm not the accountant or something. And actually,
No, of course, yeah.
the production, like the actual shooting of the raid series, costs us a little more than $1 million. A little more than one.
Okay, well,
And,
which is
wow.
something. Where?
Yeah. It's not much. It's not much.
It's not
Pretty
much.
small film budget.
Yeah.
It's a very small budget for a very, very impressive wrestler.
I agree.
Also, we spend for the post production. I think like from the first to fourth episode, we spent I think maybe $200K or $300K more.
All right.
And for the last episode, we did it with the Main Road Post. It's like the best post FX company in Russia. We spent $1 more million on it.
Nikita,
Only
Yeah, it
for
makes
the
sense. Makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nikita, do you
Yeah.
treat that as a game promotion, or that's like over like different topic for you, like something that you always dreamed of about, or is it also like you think about it as a game promotion, that raid series?
It's first of all, I wanted to make something like this.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It was just an experience.
That's the most important part.
Like like 12 years ago, I was kind of on the how to say it in English.
Badass.
So I had to decide which way should I go, movies or the game industry.
Okay.
Oh,
So I selected game industry because I was a gamer. Why was I'm still a gamer? Okay, yay. So and I always wanted to make something like some movie or some short movie. So when we actually thought about the idea of creating some kind of promo movie about the game, we decided, yeah, we should go and make it, because for myself it was like a really good experience, and I finally started to understand. So I right now I can do it for myself. I know how it works, especially not only on the set, because this like the shooting on the set, it's the easiest thing. It's easiest and funny thing, and it's I don't know, it's like a emotional roller coaster in
Yeah.
like in the campaign,
Yeah.
for example. And but after this, like we started to do like a lot of things with post production. Also, the initial montage of the film was kind of painful, but I understand. Like right now, I totally understand how should I do another, but it will requires it will require a lot of time, and I need to complete the EFT, for example, or I need to how to say it. I need to make all of the processes in the company pretty efficient, and I need to make it this way. Like they will give us like all of the processes will help me to give me more free time to make stuff unrelated to actual game.
hey, that's
And
amazing, man. Chase the dreams, of course.
mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I would say, guys, we are 1 hour in the podcast. I would say we can ask Nikita questions until tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure of this. Let's
Yeah.
focus a bit. Let's focus a bit because there's
On the
people
main
waiting
subject.
for our topic for tonight. Yeah, enthusiasts of firearms in real life or in the game and so on. Nikita, agree? If you want us to ramble, we can ramble. It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
I know that the main theme of this podcast is ADS versus point fire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least at least we need to say something about it.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah, we do.
You can do both in the game. I heard.
Yeah, of course.
You can ADS?
In
Okay,
real
so-
life, I can say like because I'm like shoot a lot, and in real life to shoot efficiently with the point fire, it's pretty extreme stuff. Because if you have like the laser pointer or something, at least you understand when it's going.
Yes.
I know that the professionals will like have this training to shoot from every stance and every position, even if you are not actually aiming down the sights. So it like pretty real. I don't know like how it like in foreign armies or like special operator stuff, but in Russia, like we have a lot of training like this. So at least we did in the game we did like decreased accuracy, and we don't have like the perfect alignment of your weapon, and you will shoot directly in the center of the screen, because like your weapon will be how to say it
This weapon sway.
swing, yeah, and it not be like just like the parallel swing or something. It will be like more like angular swing, and
Yes.
it will give you an unpredictability when like you actually where you will hit your target.
In the
So,
French army, we have a procedure on point shooting, which is actually based on you shoot to the ground, and we train our recruits to shoot to 100 meters. point shooting. So we call it hip firing. So you have the stock under your arm, and you start shooting a few rounds to the ground, and you lead your shots to the targets. And the point is to have the third shot hitting a target at 100 meters. 100 meters is 300 feet in for the Americans and the English. So we do train our troops to do that because it's important that you can shoot point firing when you are in. If your optic is broken on your firearm, if your sights are broken, because the FAMAS, now it's the HK416 in the French army, but the FAMAS has a huge like carry handle which holds the sights. So if it's getting destroyed, you are taught to actually shoot next to the target and then lead the shots, the few rounds you're shooting, to the target, to the enemy. So it's very relevant. And once you perform that training on your trainees, they are able within 3 rounds to hit a target at 100 meters, right on the target.
From hip fire. Let me just
From
let me
hip
just
fire.
quickly- let me start this from a different point. I would say to
Yeah.
give everyone the possibility to talk a bit. Let's talk about our main topic here. And I would like, not all of us are familiar with point firing and ADSing. Yeah, I would say one of you guys, let's just say Robin. Yeah, what does point firing mean, Robin? In this case from Tarkov.
Oh,
What's the definition according to
I
you?
mean, I mean, I don't exactly know the definition, but basically the difference between ADSing and point fire is literally because in EFT you hold the gun as point fire all the time, so it literally stands like this. The difference between point fire this and ADS is literally this. You just tilt your head to ADS, and that's about it. It's not hip fire; it's point fire. There is a big difference between the two.
Yes, exactly. Okay, good. And do you think, Nikita, according to what you said before, but I need to reiterate this. Do you think that the way you guys added point firing and ADSing is realistic? Or according to you, because you have experience with firearms, right?
Yes, I can say you that it's not realistic like in general way. It's realistic. It's not realistic partially. For example, yes, you're correct. Like all of the time, you're moving like this. Like you're moving like this, and it's not easy in real life to constantly move like this.
Fatigue.
Yes.
Usually,
Tiring.
in real life, you use like low ready or high ready position. Low ready like this. I don't know if you can see me. Everything is black.
We can. It's all good.
Yeah,
So
we can.
it's much easier. And when you have an actual contact, you just need to aim down your sights really fast, like this, like, or like this. And we will implement this too, because we have a feature called low ready, high ready position, and it will bring this realistic aspect, like in real life, how you actually carry your weapon, and like you are almost ready to shoot, and it will not like burn your shoulders. It will not like drain your stamina or stuff. Right now, it's like again, you still can use this technique. Like you always shoulder it, but you use it only if you have like real close quarters, like encounters.
Close contact.
Yeah, close context, and you already just shoot like within a seconds or even like a parts of the
Lead
second.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's really like fast paced like operation of your weapon. And yes, when you like see in our game like you like going with this like shouldered position all the time, it's not realistic, and it will be changed. But people got used to it. This is like the word of this podcast today. People got used to it, and this change will bring like it will be a game changer, I think, because you will need to actually control this. For example, in DayZ, you have like the space, like you ready your weapon.
Yes.
And you'll need to do it in EFT too. Again, I really want to do this feature, and it's planned. I don't know in which patch exactly, and it will be tested, I think. So, because again, we need to make it playable. We need to make
Yes.
What about switching shoulders with the gun? Is that going to be possible in the future?
That's like it's like for those who are familiar with the shooting or play the like tactical shooters or watch like YouTube and stuff. They always asking us when we will have the ability to change.
But it's extremely
Oh.
hard IRL.
Yeah, because
Okay.
again, in real life, you can shoot from your main, like shoulder.
Yes.
You could switch your weapon like this without changing hands, and you can change your hands. And it will require a lot of animations. Because again, in real life, if you're shouldered on your weak arm, you have an ability, I don't know if you can see me, you have an ability to operate all of the stuff right here easily with your main hand. And it will require to do us like a lot of new animations, and it's not possible. It's not
Yes.
possible.
Double the animations, really, because it's
Yeah, like
obviously
I don't, I like I'm afraid to be wrong, but every single weapon has like hundreds of animations,
Wow.
different animations, jamming checks, and the unreleased even like animation. For example, the hits like with your weapon, with
Punching.
your muzzle
Yeah.
break.
like barrel
Yeah.
stuff. Some dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like even we'll even for some moment we wanted to create like weapon hits like this, like this like stupid thing in the game, like with your stock. It's not realistic because
It doesn't exist in real life. No.
and we decided to
Okay.
do for scavs because they are not experienced.
You hit with the muzzle.
It's like
If
more.
you hit someone with the muzzle.
Yeah.
So does this mean that if you're moving from low ready to ready for point shooting, that it's going to cost you stamina? Is that the idea?
It will cost you time, and it will cost you stamina. Most of all, the shoulder.
But not as much
position-
as ADS, I guess.
Of course, the shoulder position like this. By the way, Twitch is not a weapon. It's like the airsoft, like.
That's
It's
what
on-
I was about to
It's
say.
Airsoft
$60.
gun, not real gun.
Please tell us, so show us that the weapon is empty, yeah?
Yeah, of course, it's empty. I can show you that it's empty. It's empty.
Perfect, perfect.
So if you have your weapon shouldered like this, it will drain your stamina in the game. So the typical like position and movement
Yes.
like this, it will drain your stamina. Look, right after the implementation of that feature that what we're talking. But if you will like move it to the low ready or high ready, it will like replenish your stamina.
Okay.
You're able to
Cool.
look really
Perfect.
like
Perfect.
this is like
What?
yeah.
Sorry, say.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, so one idea that I could suggest to make it so people don't really cry about it too much is to just change. People gonna hate me for that. Just change so infrared doesn't reduce the spread of the bullets because
That
like
much,
we
that
because we
much.
can see the laser when there is normal mode, but
Mhm.
infrared we actually can see it. So technically it shouldn't really decrease the
Yeah.
spread of the bullets, right?
It's
Yeah.
a bug. It's a bug.
It's a
Yeah,
bug.
so I think honestly with that
Good.
little fix, I think people honestly would stop like being so negative about the point fire accuracy because
The-
that's like the biggest like there is no downside of having infrared because nobody can see it. I don't have to turn it off if I pick an angle, and that's
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem right
The
now.
problem is, Robin and the rest of the panel, the problem is with point firing, we have the feeling that point firing can be easily abused at long distances. So I totally agree, Nikita, that point firing should be precise, point blank, yeah? But
Mhm.
if you point fire at 20, 30 meters, what does your experience say? Maybe Axel, maybe Ghostfreak can intervene here as well because you guys have not talked yet. Do you guys think that this feature at longer distances is not realistic? I mean, can you do that in real life? Sugar, Nikita, can you do that? Point fire at
Yes.
40 meters?
40 meters,
Yes.
you can do it definitely.
I can do
I've
that.
40
taught my
meters,
students.
you
I've
can,
taught my students to
Yes.
shoot point fire at 100 meters with two rounds of checking, like you shooting on the ground and you're looking at the dirt like coming off, and then you just adjust your shots. So at 100 meters, at the third shot,
And
you're on
it's doable.
target. And it's
Have you done
totally
it? Have you
doable.
done it as well, Nikita? Does it work? I mean, I guess you have done that, and with your ideas, you brought them in the game, right? I mean, if it's realistic, then it's there, right?
First of all,
It's
the thing is, like, I started to shoot a lot for the last 1.5 years only. Before that, I just shoot occasionally, and
Okay.
I just was a theoretic, like all of the information, all of the people around me. Like I have this my friend Dimitri, who like actually like knows a lot of stuff. Not that Dimitri that we have in the chat, like hidden in the chat. So and right now I can say that you can point shoot like at 100 meters, but it will be inaccurate. Really, you like trying to get your target with the shot approximately in the direction of your target by shooting in the ground, and you
Yeah.
see like the impacts, and you understand. Oh, I need to go higher. I need to go
Uh-huh.
higher. I need to go lower. So just an
It
approximate.
needs correction. It needs to be corrected all the time.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's something that some like viewers or other people don't see what streamers do. Like for example, for me, I actually correct it. I know it's in my mouse only, but I actually like when you point fire, you still have to correct. There is always a recoil in the game, so you always have to compensate
Yes.
for it. It's not like
Yes.
we just click mouse one, hold our mouse in the air, and it goes straight. You know,
Exactly,
like we
Robbie.
always
That
have
is the
to correct it.
Yeah, that is the problem that community has. We think, and I'm part of it, yeah, and I'm very possibly wrong, but that is why I am here, and that is why my guys are here as well, to learn from you guys, yeah. So that's the goal of the podcast. One of the goals to learn out of this, right?
Yes.
So the majority of the time for
Yes.
even point firing, right? For me, and in the case of EFT, it's the same as not everything is going to be realistic because everything has to be mechanical. So it has to be kind of gameism, as I would like to say it. It has to be dumbed down for us to use. So we can't have everything super, perfect and also not laser. But then you factor in the RNG. So then it's random at times, and it's maybe not even too random for people. So some players, myself and half of the panel over here, or even all the panel, you can get used to it. It's readable, so you could do it. So sometimes, I had the chat with Nikita with the Vector. You had to add recoil to a gun that doesn't have recoil in real life, right? It's the same thing. You kind of have to work with it. But I mean, I don't think Nikita is, I don't think Nikita is against, changing in the recoil or hip firing or point firing, anything like that. But I mean, we have to kind of say or show or explain, hey, this is not, right, or we don't like this. This is being abused.
It's all about
yeah.
It's all about the metas in the game. If the point fire, for example, will become a new meta in the game, it will be changed, and that's it.
Okay.
I think it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah,
Because there's the restrictions of the game.
The biggest benefit to point firing was that you didn't have the visual recoil that you had when you ADS'd, right? And then you buffed the hell out of the visual recoil stuff on ADSing, and now it's nowhere near as awful as it used to be, right? Like, because it was almost like, well, if I'm comfortable enough, I'll point fire because I don't have to worry about like losing my target because the sights are jostling around with my face. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can still get good at it. It just requires a lot of practice. Like, go in your hideout, just shoot on the dummies, and you'll be good at it.
I think anybody that's got a few thousand hours in the game feels pretty comfortable doing it.
Exactly.
And for
firefights.
those guys, OnePeg, and for those guys who do not know how to improve it, Axel, you have not said anything. I go to you. What do you do to improve your point firing? Yeah, and then from Axel, we can go to the rest of the panel. Let's start with you. What would you do?
All right. How can you improve it though? Like,
Yes.
Well, what are you trying to imply? Like give me an example. How can you improve it?
I mean, how can you be better at point firing? That is what I mean.
Practice.
That is my question.
Practice. You have to practice. Like that's the only way.
Give us exactly. But what do you have to do? Because the new players don't understand me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm in the position of the new player. Yeah. Okay, so I'm asking the question. What would you do?
So from a position of a new player, if you meet
Yes.
someone in very close quarters, let's say there is a guy pushing a door which is right next to you, try taking those fights in two different ways. First way is point fire. Try it, see how it works for you, and then try to do a similar type of fighting, close quarters, while ADSing, and see what works better for you.
Okay.
But I also wanted to say that I'm not a big realism guy. I'm more of a playable guy. I think that everything in the game shall be playable. It shall be adjusted and balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And when we spoke that something is realistic, something is not realistic, I was just thinking that in how many cases do we start firing a gun, point firing, and then ADSing at the same time? Have you tried doing this in real life? Shooting a gun full auto while point firing and then ADSing? It's impossible to do it because
No.
you're just gonna jump too much.
No,
It's not.
no,
It's not
it's not.
impossible.
It's not.
Well,
It's not
if you
impossible.
shoot it
It's
full
doable.
auto-
Yeah, it's
I
doable.
mean, yeah, okay, with iron sights, sure, but with like good collimator, I don't think it's that impossible, to be honest.
I shot from the automatic weapons from the perspective of the developer, and the thing is, that's what we done actually in the game. That's what everybody, I don't know, not everybody, but the big amount of vocal part of the community trying to get changed, like remove the auto compensation. When you start shooting from the full auto gun, like you compensate a lot, because if you will not compensate, it will go out from your hands, and you compensate a lot, and for some reason it looks like there is no recoil actually, like
Okay.
because you compensate a lot, especially with the C clamp stuff. If you like old old school shooter, you like doing like this or something. I don't know if you can see it or not, because you try to compensate it. I think like it's based in your like body mechanic, like you try to compensate all of the physical related stuff going to your body, and that's what we do in the game, because I decided that you're experienced enough, you like you're not like, okay, you're like special operator, PMC like operator and stuff. Like shooting is the basic knowledge. Shooting is so basic for you, then you auto compensate stuff, but at least you have something, some parameters, some skills to change it, and different kind of weapons, different kind of recoil patterns. We don't have recoil patterns, but like recoil mechanics, and also every weapon has its own center of mass. That's a hidden parameter actually, and we decided like in the future we will make this center of mass changeable, especially when you have installed something different on different mods, like there's different weight balances, and it will change the center of mass of your weapon, and it will influence on the recoil and the weapon sway and stuff. So like as you can see and understand, I hope we try to make something realistic, like because realistic not just about the physical processes in our life, but realistic in terms of real life operation of real life operators
And this is the auto recoil control, basically, right?
Yes, and I decided to keep it because we like. I know that people like wanted us to remove it even for testing purposes, and I agreed actually on some podcasts. I said that we will remove it, and you will see how it will be not suitable for the EFT. It will be shit actually, because I saw it, and I don't want you to like. I don't want to read comments about it like, oh, right now it's much better. Thank you. No.
Okay, so staying on the topic, I would have one more question. Between the point fire and ADS, there is that sound when you do, which you like IRL, you don't do that sound. I think that isn't that a placeholder for like a lower stat of the gun and ADS, or is it supposed to be like that? Because there is like the sound is pretty loud right now.
Yeah,
And
it's
let's
loud.
be, yeah. And do you want it like that between point fire and ADS?
I want that sound in because like if you switch like your shoulders or
Yeah,
switch
yeah.
it,
It does make
dynamic,
sound. Yeah.
Yeah, you have the sound. You have
Mhm.
like the close, like
Yeah,
how
the
to say it?
clipping sound like yeah.
Yeah. But right now it's not like even loud. It's we need to record different sounds for it, and it will be much quieter, but still it will give the additional immersion. It's not about like I do I make the sounds and make my position be heard. It's not like this. It's more like immersion thing that we
Mhm.
done
Yes.
not properly
Yeah.
for the moment.
Okay.
I-
So
think
there's
it's-
so for
sorry.
now we have a placeholder basically.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Nikita, I know this is going to change a little bit of the topic, but what are we going to see any moving targets in Hideout? Is that going to be a thing later on?
The the plans to upgrade to have an upgradable shooting. How to say it?
Target
Target shooting
Shooting range.
shooting range. Yes.
shooting range.
Yeah. It's planned. It's planned to have 3
Okay.
levels, and it will contain different kind of stuff. Even the у меня уже слова просто уже
Я могу
конец.
помочь перевести.
Дай там слова простые.
Yeah, blah.
Points of the gallery
I understood.
Yes.
will be
I didn't want to. It's all good. It's all good.
and
So the
wow.
actual range is gonna be increased in the hideout.
Yes.
Are we
Okay.
going to see like a point fire skill? I mean, at this point we already have like an aim drill skill. Is there like something planned like a point fire skill that you can improve the more you use point fire?
I thought about it, but I don't want to give players some skill to improve it because they will
abuse it.
abuse it. Yeah,
They will
Red.
abuse it.
I'll go max level that thing just to go test it.
yeah, just to
Red.
And
shoot.
so that
Yeah.
the whole community can hate me
Yes.
again.
It's a game
And then I'll get
mechanic.
nerfed.
Yeah.
Red,
It's a
wh-
game mechanic. You have to deal with it because it's a game. So you have to
Accept
to
it
know
and yeah.
how and
Yeah,
And,
people
yeah.
try to change the game to a different kind of standards. You know, like
Yes.
gold standards, CS standards. They got used to play like Rainbow Six, and they just want to feel the game more.
To their own style, correct?
Yeah, like something familiar. To have something familiar
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
like old games, because they
Yeah.
like they started to play EFT and they decided like, okay, this is the best game. We need to play EFT, and I will not play anything else. And of
Yeah.
course, we want to like make this and that and make it like this and like that. And you said correctly, it's a game mechanic. You need to get used to it.
Yeah.
Robin, you wanted to say something before?
Yes, but that's a little bit of change topic again. Nikita, one question. Do you plan to make the rain sound a little bit quieter, please?
At least on the loading screen. At least on the loading screen.
The loading screen is planned. It's planned. I think it's been planned for 12.11. I think the next patch, maybe even in 12.10. I don't remember, but yeah, it's planned. We lowered the rain sounds like
I'm
5
gonna say you
times.
did that already.
It's too loud.
It's loud.
I
Nikita,
feel like
loud.
it's the wrong rain.
Super
Super
loud.
You're just going
more.
off.
But wait,
Just sitting, just going.
related to rain. Now that we come, yeah, we changed off the topic again. Related to rain, raining 2-3 weeks in Escape from Tarkov. Why?
I will. First of all, there is a forecast. We have a forecast.
Okay.
And it's not like it's generated.
I
Right?
heard it was from St. Petersburg.
No.
It was
No?
like this. It was
It's
like
from
this.
Brazil.
From Brazil. Really?
It's the monsoon.
It's in a 24-hour period, and it's like 3 rains with the duration of like 1.5 hours. 3 rains.
Okay.
But is it 1.5 hour in game or IRL?
Here,
Because- IRL.
IRL.
Okay.
Okay, that's why it takes so long. It's like a
Right.
half of a
Yeah,
of a
you-
swimming session.
yeah, if you think that
Yeah.
if you think that you play one raid, it was rain, and the next raid will not be with the rain, it's not, because it's real life time, and we have the really small chance, really small probability to have the storm, and it will be like 2 or 3 hours. Real.
Okay.
That's why there is a thing like, oh my god, it's raining.
Yeah.
No,
that whole
like
week.
honestly, I don't think it's the rain that people hate that much. I only like. Okay,
It's the sound.
I might sound like a snowflake, but
yeah.
honestly, when it's rained for like 2 hours straight, I actually get a headache. Like it's so, like I lower my volume, sure,
Okay,
but
okay,
it's
I got
so
it.
loud.
We will lower for the 6th
I
time.
love you, Nikita. I love you, man. Will you marry me, bro?
It doesn't rain in labs though. You can play labs. It doesn't rain in labs, right?
Hey,
You go
see
outside, Robin? I thought
I-
you were just a labs raider.
Yeah,
I
laugh.
just
Come
wear
on, bro.
this. I'll be
Uh,
fine.
One
Wait,
more
wait.
question.
There are the maps.
Oh wait,
One
yeah.
more question,
Oh, I
Nikita,
just spend my days in
related
the
to
basement
point
reserve.
firing.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, let
Yeah.
me ask one more question related to point firing. Nikita, I guess you are familiar with free aim, with the concept of the dead zone, and we have it in game, but it's just not usable. Yeah, it's you see the option there, aiming dead zone in the game under graphics or under yeah. Are you familiar with free aim, like games like Arma, Squad,
Yeah, of course.
Red Orchestra have it? Have you planned or have you thought of adding something like that? You know, it's the small movement of the weapon before moving the head camera. You know.
I know that. Yeah, we had it in alpha version. We had aiming dead zone, and many people said to us like it's not good because for some reason it's not usable in EFT at all. So we decided to switch it off, and it was 4 years ago, and we never decided to switch it back on. So maybe we will switch it on the test servers, for example, and see how it works.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Did
Anything
wanna-
else, guys, related to point fire or shoulder ready or maybe recoil? We have talked about recoil, and you said Nikita, because I saw the question in the chat. Yeah, recoil is not going to be changed. You are a fan of the recoil control feature, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's going to stay in the game, right? We're not going to see PUBG
It
shooting
can
the
be-
sky.
Yeah, it can
Yes.
be tweaked. I think most likely it will be tweaked, but we will not get rid of it for sure. But again, we will make a test on the ETS servers. I don't know when. We will disable it, and you will see how it's bad.
Okay.
But
What
what I
about
can see from an operational point of view is that the point shooting, how the shot placement is set up, is pretty correct. It's
Correct.
like
Okay.
this is displaced around a certain area, but from my point of view, from my operational point of view, it looks correct. So the shots don't go at the same place because obviously you're shooting from the hip or from a low ready without ADS. From my point of view, honestly, operational point of view, it sounds legit. And I've tested it yesterday because Red told me to give it a try. To me, it sounds perfect. So that's my take on it. Everyone can correct me if they wish to, but to me, it sounds correct.
Thank you.
When
Thank
you-
you. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nikita, I got a
one-
question about
Yes.
spray patterns. Is there going to be any spray patterns that is gonna just like Counter Strike,
No,
where
no,
it's
no,
so like no?
no. I just said like a little bit time ago that we do not have patterns. We will not have patterns because it's fully like controlled procedurally with a bunch of parameter angles and stuff. So it's not like patterns because it's not real like 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, this is AK. I know the 8 bullet will go right here, so I need to get to it, like control it like this. So
Yeah.
Is there,
Good old CS:GO days.
Yeah.
is there any plan to buff burst fire? Because like the first 2 or 3 bullets always go pretty high, and then the auto recoil control stabilize, right? Is there anything you plan to like make it work better?
First bullet goes exactly where you aim.
Yeah.
The second, yeah, it's up and you auto compensate stuff and you like run around the second or third bullet. So like these things, auto compensation, as I said, can be tweaked and most likely will be tweaked. And it's not like it's not about the we have some kind of like
There is a background sound, I think. Let me just quickly have a look.
Sugar.
Okay, I moved. I think it was because of Sugar. Let's listen. Let's listen. Yeah, I moved him to the waiting room.
Oh,
we
he's
still hear it?
Not in
on
Discord,
Discord.
though, buddy.
You can see it on
You
Discord.
shouldn't move him.
All of us
On
are in the
Discord.
waiting room. It is
Copy,
him though,
copy.
yeah.
Yep.
Is he coming back?
I forgot what I actually tried to say.
As soon, okay, I moved him to the channel below. As
All
soon
right,
as he
I
fixes
have-
the problem, he will
I have a
join.
very simple question from a very simple-minded person, which is me. So, Nikita, you mentioned that we're getting new guns in one of the next big patches.
Uh-huh.
Which guns might we be getting?
Yeah, I can tell you like the first one is STM9. It's AR platform 9mm semi-automatic weapon. It's like sport version of the AR-15, but in 9mm, and it's made by our like Russian St. Petersburg company called Soyuz TM. It's pretty good, actually. It's really good. They do like a quality ARs, and they wanted like really wanted to add their STM9 into the game, so it will be high precision 9mm gun, like AR gun, which will use the Glock magazines. So it's a good gun. And the second one is PL-15. It's like another Russian weapon.
Okay.
It's a pistol, also chambered in 9mm. It's better than Glock for sure because I shot from it, and it's really good too. And I think something more, but I can be mistaken because I don't know actually how much guns will be in this page. I know that the 12 point, like in the next page, it will contain like much more weapons, new weapons. Like we have a lot of weapons, a lot of weapon mods still, like a lot of gear. Like content will be going, so it will be. We'll have more variety. I think 2 times more than now, and yeah.
Even wow, that's a lot. What about interchangeable pouches and plate carriers, customizable? How you call that feature, Nikita?
It's a customizable rigs, and
That's one.
we decided to freeze this feature for now. It will be done later, but we decided to make another features, especially related to the storyline quests and stuff, because like I decided it's more important right now, and that's why I'm talked about like that we need more stuff, more like coders, more like animators, more modelers.
Okay.
To do more, and we don't have like high capabilities to actually do everything, and it's still a lot. It's still a lot to do.
Yes.
Are we going to see, like, we already have bipods in the game, like on the SV98 and the DVL. Are we going to see them being properly implemented, like for like machine guns as well?
Yes.
Sweet.
It's all went to the classic Q&A session. I understand.
Yeah.
Nikita, I have a question, and I think everyone is wondering, like, about this because I have so many people asking about it. So, can you tell me the difference between? I know it's an off-topic question, and I'm so sorry for it, but it's just because I have so many people asking about it. It's about the RNT system. So, if someone brings his friend's gear in a raid, it doesn't count as RMT, right? And when does it, like? I know it's RMT means when someone pays someone to bring, give him some stuff, right?
Real money. Real money.
Yeah, but where does it start? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, can I drop a friend or a viewer a green key card or a red key card without notifying you guys, or like,
We will
where is the?
we will be notified. But if you will try to do it like 10 times or 20 times per day, for example, most likely you will be banned, at least temporarily. So if you try to make this like the whole day, every raid, you will try to like do this like transfer items like and then if you like continue to do it for the whole day, just only doing this, like it's like the algorithm is pretty complex and can tell you exactly how it works, but it all like it's many things like which get used in this algorithm. So if you just like wanted to give your friend something and you did it like single time, it's totally okay.
Okay.
So basically, if viewers would bring us some viewer kits to run with, it's okay.
Yes, of course. Like
Yes,
again,
because it's
Or yes.
All right,
No,
all right.
continue,
Nine
Nikita.
9 red kickers per day. No more. No more.
Yeah, that is a bad.
that simple because again, for example, somebody just like to send all of this stuff to his friends, and there is much more parameters and much more logging with the actual RMTers. So it's not that simple. Like if you like decided to send to transfer all of your key cards to your friends, most likely like it will be okay if it will not be your like the daytime job. Like you
Mm.
just you're just boosting people.
Yeah.
And
The reason
Yeah.
why I also asked was because sometimes I do some viewer kits, and people are bringing me key cards to labs because I'm a main lab player, and I get scared, and I feel like I need to write to Dimitri straight away. Like I just got like three, like
no.
no,
The
don't be
problem,
scared. It's like it's not the case. It's not the case.
multiple people giving you things. There's not a single
Guys,
person
the
giving
thing
you
is,
something. So
if you
yeah.
are actual RMT, you will be banned, like sooner or later. If you're not, you will not be banned. 100%.
100%. Thank you.
It's
Okay.
not automatic. It's not automatic.
Dan, would you want to ask something, or would you want to comment something regarding point fire? I know you said something in on Twitter.
Yeah, so essentially, I feel like I can touch on a load of things in the same question here. So I think it all sort of comes to the realism argument. Now, let's think about the game in general for a second. When we're talking about the point fire argument, and people obviously being able to mag dump multiple magazines in a row throughout the raid, of course, people probably get frustrated with that sort of thing. People get frustrated with that kind of gameplay, as it's like not realistic and such like. When we look into the economy as a whole, we look at ammo, for example, like the abundance of ammo. There's a lot of ammo. There's a lot of great weapons. There's a lot of we have loads of grenades. We have all of these tools that are at our fingertips. Now, it's my understanding that in the future, these things will not be so abundant. It will be, finding a good stack of ammo would be like, oh, brilliant! I've got 60 rounds of 995. I really need to look after this. I really need to make the most of this, rather than, I'm going to go and buy 1,200 rounds of 995 because I've got millions of rubles. I feel like a lot of the gameplay phenomenon that we're seeing, like a lot of the gameplay that we see with regards to the unrealistic things, is in a lot of ways contributed towards by the economy and by things being so easy to get for many people. Armor's really easy to get, weapons, ammo, etc. So I guess this is kind of a future question to tie it all in the future. Are we still going to see like a massive reduction in all these great items, so people are more thoughtful about their ammo and they're firing single shots? They're trying to fire single shots at a guy. And
Is this a question for Nikita, or is something you're just expressing yourself? These are your thoughts.
Yeah, this is definitely a question for Nikita.
You must understand that I really want to be the game to be like totally hardcore, like cruel and unforgiving 100%. That means that I really like the idea of like the absence of the crucial elements or the crucial supplies, weapons, ammo, armors, and stuff. So you like fighting hobos on the streets of Tarkov, and I like this idea that it will be like events. It will not be like every time. That's why we tested the fuel shortage thing, and in the future there will be more hardcore and more cruel events like this. For example, the ammo will be gone, the medkits and the medical supplies will be gone. For example, the therapist will not work on Saturdays or even for the whole week because she like get ill or something. So it's all real, and people most likely will be bitch about it, and that's totally okay because this is the principle of the game. It's changeable, it's dynamic, and you need to adapt to a different kind of situation. And this is not like, oh my god, I don't understand why they did it. They like it's a bullshit. I don't understand why should they did it and like removed all of the supplies, removed all the ammo or something. It will be designed. It will be like lore based events, and it will be interesting. And it will be
Small thing I want to add.
most of all, most importantly, this is the seal actually. Most importantly, it will not be. You will not be warned before it, so it will be
Okay.
just bam.
That's what I was about to say, that if we were notified, let's say, a week before, it would have felt very different.
Yes.
Everyone will restock.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
That would be like
All
assuming.
right,
that the
let's say
traders
not
could
a week
forecast that,
notification,
though.
1 day notification.
Again, that's
I can say
traders
one-
the ability to forecast that.
It will depend on your reputation level with the trader, for example. So it's not like loyalty level; it's more about reputational level. And if you have like the good reputation with the trader can say something about upcoming events. Like it will have a chance. But again, we're all a community, and if for some reason we will have like super professional, like the maximal level traders, maximal loyalty level, maximal reputational level player, and he will receive the notification that something will be going, some event will be commenced soon. He will tell about it to everyone in his Twitter, for example. And it's all right, actually. It's okay because one of the core ideas of the EFT as a MMO game is to get players and bring them out from the limitations and make them communicate more in real life, more out of the game communications. So that's why we're not making the guides. We are not making like the majority, like a lot of the parameters that you can see within the like weapons inspector or the modification inspector. So you need to get the point, like how to actually things work without knowing all of the parameters, like damage and stuff. So that's why this knowledge can be collected and this knowledge can be transferred from yourself to newcomers and other players with the communication. And that's an idea to not like to have everything in the game, but to at least not force, but get the player and bring them out from the game. At least Google something. At least ask like the veterans of the game how the thing works. And yeah, this is one of the general ideas of the EFT as an MMO game.
Yes. Regarding yes,
Jedi, I'm having some issues with sound. Can I relog Discord real quick?
Please.
Okay.
Of course. Nikita, regarding storyline quests, are we going to have are those missions going to be very different than the ones that we have now, with some maybe some video interruptions or so, or
Yes, they will be different. They will contain like the mechanics, of course, that we have already. Like not like exact type of quests, but the basic mechanics. Some of the quests will contain something like you need to find something, you need to bring something, like in some areas and stuff. But it will not be like shoot like 50 PMCs with your legs broken during like diarrhea or something. So it will not but it will be story enriched more. And I don't want to tell you about it because this is my one of my favorite features, and I always like to surprise you guys. So
Yes.
let's wait for the perfect moment.
I have to go back a little bit on the topic. I kind of have a question. Like at the moment, the way you pick a corner, like most people do, is like with the AD combination, so the left and right strafe, and we have the point fire in place this way. Do we see like any changes that if the more you strafe with A and D, the more inaccurate you will get with your point fire, or does that stay the same?
With the implementation of inertia, I think it will be nerfed in general.
Okay.
So, yeah, we
And the
need to-
weapon ergonomics.
Okay. OnePeg, would you want to ask a question as well?
So I actually have a question more about like back end kind of stuff. I know that in a previous podcast you made mention that from a netcode perspective that the game wasn't as client sided as it once was. Is there still going to be a plan to move things like uh, player movement and shot registration and stuff like that, and move toward more a server sided authority, like it's kind of been working on?
I don't know, like this like the speculations that ongoing on the media. It's not right. Like I don't like to get into this conversation because people like to say things. All I can say that the authority of the network is on server only.
Okay.
You it's just impossible to have like some kind of corrected hit registration on your client and have the advantage. It will be pure cheats, for example.
Right.
Even some of the cheats like try to correct these things, like they try to shoot like and hit you from a like impossible position and impossible ways and impossible angles. It's still being validated on the server. It's still being validated in the server. Like every single stuff is being validated. Even if you see like the speed hawks or something, it's still validated on server and it's still logged on server, and people got banned pretty fast.
Thank you.
But like there is things, of course, like the imperfections of engine brings us a different kind of things. For example, we needed to make some of the computations. Again, some computations could be on the client, but the validations is on server only. And of course, I'm not a network engineer, but like I can say like in the obvious words, but this was done just to like bypass these limitations of engine to make the game playable with the so like big areas and the big amount of players, and with the actual movement, with actual migration to the Unity 2019, we'll have more abilities. And I think in 12.11 we will move to this engine, to this new version of this engine, and it will give us a lot of possibilities in everything, especially with the graphical pipeline and networking and stuff. So it will be easier for us to get rid of the obsolete things that like we have in the game. For example, some of the networking stuff, like more validations, like more optimized things going on the server will bring like more. Like for example, actually we yesterday we tried to convert servers and change the tick rate to 120 yesterday.
Okay.
And actually we succeeded. We had different servers running 120 like tick rate, it's pretty big actually. But we started to receive spikes on the different modules of the game for some reason. So we rolled it back, and we need to decide what actually went with this situation. But at least we saw that it's possible to run 120 tick rate, and it means that the arena we will have an ability to like it will be esports quality standard like with the 120 tick rate. It will be pretty good, I think. And like a lot of work needed to be done with the,
Yes.
Is
and
the
I never
Sorry.
said, and I never will most likely say that the network in the game is perfect. Yes, of course, I can say that it's better than before.
For
Of
sure.
course,
Definitely.
because I think you know what I'm talking about. And
Out of
it's
context
always
clips.
a constant fight with the quality of the networking, and it's hard. Actually, it's hard to change because we have all of the infrastructure already built within the game, within server infrastructure, and the major changes will require major work, major like stuff being done, and it's not easy. It's not an easy task.
I have a question, Nikita. You were mentioning esport. Do we know anything about estimating time for the arena to come out? Like ish?
I don't know. Like we right now we are training the special team. It will be just for the arena, and we just started to train it from the start of this year. We started to train this team, and I don't know if their training will be completed soon enough. I think 1 or 2 months they will start to make the arena, and
Okay.
till end of this year, at least we will have some playable thing that will be tested in like closely. I think maybe even on ETF servers, we will have some kind of tests on the arena. But it all depends how the training will went, and it all depends. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Will we see Streets of Tarkov before the end of this year, Nikita?
I hope. I really hope. I really hope.
It's still a lot of work, or you guys getting close to the end now?
It's still a lot of work, but actually, guys started to implement different kind of techniques and methodology of the work. They actually pretty like they boosted up like the processes, and all I can say that the work is getting faster.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
but it's still a lot of work. Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Can you describe maybe in which phase are you guys now, or you're working on multiple phases, creating the map, scab bosses, loot, and so on?
Right now, I'm talking about just the location production, just about it, because the scav bosses and all of the related stuff, it's other tasks by other person.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the art level design team. Right now, they're just making buildings, like detailing them, making
Okay,
streets.
okay, okay.
Every street, every room has its own history, and I like it's a. I'm sure that nobody will create anything like this. Nobody.
We said this was interchange. When we saw interchange for the first time, we were like, bro, this is something that we have not seen in gaming. Will it be bigger than the other maps or size-wise, or?
It will be bigger than other maps in terms of explorable areas. It will be bigger, like 10 times or even 20 times bigger than the reserve, for example, or shoreline. Like much bigger. And this is actually a big challenge for us. How to actually optimize it.
So that's what I was about to ask. As you mentioned, you got new servers with 120 tick rate.
Mhm.
Is it somehow related to the development of Streets of Tarkov? Because I remember you mentioned there will be a lot of players
Yes.
and etc.
Yes. It's related to everything actually. Especially, we have like the big red critical blocker task, like the general server improvements, because you guys kinda getting really bothered by all of the desyncs and stuff. And as I said many times, it's not only our cause, of course, but again, it's still a lot needs to be done, and we are changing things. And with the 12.10, we will implement more stuff. With the, it will help us to make the game better in terms of networking. And yes, tick rates, optimizations, and even some like more in-depth like works of the engine will be commenced with the Streets of Tarkov update, I think, because right now we have a huge branch of the production is just about the Streets of Tarkov, and it's not only about the actual level design and environment stuff. It's also some graphical features, even AI features will be linked. Like they are creating for this particular location, but then they will be propagated to all of the locations, because like it's pretty cool stuff. Because with every single big update, we wanting to create something new, and we still have a lot of ideas and plans how to do it properly, and again surprise you. For myself, I think that's a perfect thing for myself. See you surprised faces, like the first encounters of like cultists, which actually are not in the game, of course. Like that's perfect. That's what I like in the development.
And
Like,
exactly that will happen when we are going to be able to play as a Black Division PMC.
I don't know what you're talking
It doesn't
about.
exist.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't. It's not
It
real.
doesn't exist. It's
Not
not
Yeah.
real.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So okay,
Okay.
so I actually have a question about that. So with the picture that you showed of the armbands being worked on, are they going to be things that we can purchase? Are they lootable? Is it
I think
earned?
That's
like
just my
I
cap item.
decided to add this task just for the again for the flex purposes. So we will create a whole bunch of different
Hell
kind
yeah.
of cool armbands, and they will be really hard to obtain. Really hard to obtain. But
That's
okay,
awesome.
yeah, like some quests, even like really low chances of spawn, really strange places to find. Just like to make more custom. Oh, important stuff that I wanted to tell you. In 12.10, the prices for the clothing will be increased a lot, because actually we decided like it's a customizable thing, and it's not good that it costs not too much, so you need to earn it. So the prices will be increased a lot, so get ready.
Okay.
Again, if you bought it already, then it's okay. So you go ahead, try to buy it as fast as possible.
So no wipe in 12.10. Yeah, no wipe.
No wipe.
No. Okay.
No,
okay.
no, no. Why?
Streamer, when's the
No.
wipe?
Yeah, I have another question, which is actually like sometimes it bothers me a bit when I'm playing labs. Could we somehow make some restrictions to not being able to take a GL in factory and labs, because it's inside and it's not really realism that you like shoot a grenade launcher inside of a building, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm just saying, could we get some restrictions not being able to bring
Streamer
a
privileges.
GL in
ammo-
labs and factory?
The ammo is the issue there.
Only
The
those
detonating
guys.
distance on the ammo. It's the detonating distance on the ammo, which I think is the issue there, not necessarily the weapon itself.
Is
I
that
mean, just-
realistic, Nikita?
I mean-
The explosion on 2-3 meters for that grenade
Yes.
round? Yes, it's realistic.
Yes. Yeah. 2-3 meters, you will die actually if explodes 2-3 meters.
Okay.
So
You mean the arming distance of the grenade. sorry.
Have you tested it?
Jesus.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just like sometimes it gets really crazy with
I
10
understand.
people.
I understand. But right now, it's so low percentage of those who actually use it. I think only cheaters use it.
Oh,
It's
no,
barter, It's
no.
barter only now,
Uh,
anyway.
I'm playing labs every day and I meet at least 2 or 3 guys spamming naked with geos. Like, could we get some restrictions? Not being able to take a geo in.
Glory, imagine what's gonna happen after this podcast, bro.
Oh my god. I'm
I
sorry,
remember
but
the 85 HP. Ooh.
I sorry, but I can't say that it will be restricted because I don't know. It's not maybe like to have another type of restrictions, but not like you cannot allow to carry GLs because I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
don't even can like I can't even.
I would donate my kidney for that shit.
But,
Like,
but
No, it's not enough.
Tarkov's not fun, buddy. It just happens.
But
Just
I
happens.
understand. I understand.
One thing would be.
Nikita, I have 2-3 questions that I would just letting you guys know that I also have some questions on a sheet, yeah. Before we go, because we told the guys that they can ask questions. Now, if they, if we don't ask those ones, that will be unpolite for the guys. Yeah, just letting you guys know. Nikita, 3 questions I got from the guys and some questions for the panel. But I totally understand. If you guys want to still stay, yeah, I mean everyone except Nikita. I don't know when Nikita is planning to leave. Nikita, how is the situation looking like?
It's already 2 hours. It's a late day. I actually kind of
Yes.
tired already. So I thought that I will be like 15 minutes. I just say ADS. Okay,
It's always like this.
fire is okay, but better use ADS. Thank you, bye.
Thank you, bye.
It's more
Hey,
complicated.
thanks, bye.
yeah.
But
Thanks,
it started for me to like to
Okay, I'm going to
okay.
ask some 2-3 short questions.
Okay.
When how will you change the nade spawn? The nade spam, sorry, the nade spam. Can something be done there?
Like you mean like throwing nades?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
No,
I suggested that once. I don't know if you remember, Nikita. We have all the animations. Why just not remove the G button and make it so people have to take it to your hand and then throw it?
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
Как сказать-то? Я как бы
Да.
принял к сведению.
He noted it down. He will
Yeah.
think about
Okay,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Are you happy so far how the game is played by the players, or surprised which direction the game has gone? Is this what you have intended 4, 5, 7 years ago?
It's going in that direction. It's going in that direction as long as I continue to fight metas in the game.
Yes.
If the metas
Thank
like
God.
is being removed or changed or balanced, then the game is going as I want it. It's a pretty simple principle because I have the like perfect perfect understanding how the game should be played, but people always try to find shortcuts and metas and and have this advantage. It's unfair advantage. It's unfair not only like it's not unfair for any other players. It's more unfair for myself. And like I didn't want it. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be played like this. So that's why I need to fight metas, and that's why it's slowly getting there.
Okay. And then the last one, will we see? You remember you talked about it back then when I was invited in the podcast, locking the container for a while just to test it while we join the raid, because the GPU theft, it's crazy right now. GPU lead access and stuff like that. Will you test that? Are you considering testing locking the container for 2-3 weeks or so?
So basically, no putting stuff into container while
Yes,
in raid.
I understand
Yes.
it, but it will be tested on the EJS only. I can't like
Copy.
switch it on the actual live servers because it will be disturbance.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it will
Okay.
be, like, a huge disturbance.
Understand. Okay.
So
Panel...
could I ask one more question? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Nikita. I know that you want to go. So regarding loot, I had an idea, and maybe this is awful, but I know that you were looking at making some form of like a more dynamic loot system at some point in the future, right? So the idea I kind of had like in the interim would be, what if it were possible that the loot spawns that you currently have were still static like they were, but they appeared on the map at different intervals in time? Like you had some stuff that was there at the beginning behind certain like locked doors in certain rooms, but later on in the raid, 20, 25 minutes, you know, another piece shows up like later on. So that way guys that are trying to loot rush, they might not find everything that could possibly spawn in that room, and people could find their own stuff at 20, 25, 30 minutes in. Even though the room had already been, you know, unlocked and technically looted.
Yeah, but
maybe that's stupid. I don't know.
I mean, does it mean that somebody can go in raid, loot one room, go
Not
out,
very realistic. I understand.
come back in 20 or 30 minutes, loot it again?
That's
You
the-
mean like? Oh, I see.
Can I
Again,
say?
like this, the idea could be rethinked with the point of the like scavs will be roaming and get all of this loot,
Right.
pick it up, and then hide it somewhere. So it will be more realistic to have in the
Yeah,
game.
maybe something like that.
But like to have the actual like magically changeable loot pools.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense to have loot suddenly like growing in a
and it's
place
hard
like 20
to
minutes
do.
in.
It's really hard to do because again, for example, you looted something, you see, oh, it's shit. Like you go away, you go to other places, and
Right.
you know that. Oh, I know that this like juice was there, and then you come back and no juice. So we need to keep
No
track of this
All right. So bad idea. Sorry, I take it back.
pure hell.
No. All is good. all
Where
is
the
good.
hell is juice?
Sorry.
Where the hell is juice? Yes.
Juice.
yes.
Where the
All
hell
right.
is my
Where did the
fucking
juice
juice
go?
come?
And, Nikita, your friend Dimitri told me to ask you if you're tired. Yeah, if you're tired, we totally understand. It was a beautiful discussion. Yeah, and yeah. Who
Can I have
tell
one
us a
last?
bit-
Can I have-
Dimitri and
can I have
Angel.
one
Yeah,
last
sure,
question?
guys. You can ask one last question, of course.
Yeah,
But
last
just
question.
one curiosity. Who is Dimitri? Is he a friend of yours? Is he a part of the dev crew? I mean, he's the head of PR, but who is Dimitri? We want to know more about him.
Dimmu, привет.
He's
He's
the head of
famous.
PR.
I'm sorry.
He's a like good guy. He did a lot of stuff. He like with his help, with his participation, we actually have the thing called drops, the thing called punish events, the thing like everything. He's like event manager. He's like PR manager. He do a lot of stuff. The third party even relations, like a lot of things. Connection. He has actually more connection in game dev industry than myself. Like I'm just working, you know, like I'm just sitting
Yeah.
and working and podcasts and watching gifs with cats.
Guys, can we have some applause for Dimitri?
Come on, push the button.
I have to hold it to talk to clap. It doesn't work.
An amazing job, yeah. Especially with the drops, I think he had to work so many hours just to implement that stuff or to help out implementing that stuff.
Yeah, he for some moment he just like didn't sleep at all, and he was delusional. And I was thinking about like, no, I don't like his performance.
I
No.
was honestly gonna say something about that, Nikita. You look way healthier, and I think you lost some weight.
Yes, of course, because I'm trying
Yeah,
to
man,
do
you're
it.
looking good.
Like
Way healthier.
20 kilos minus, and
Hey.
it's going.
Wow.
Man,
Amazing.
Nice
I
job.
like-
Nice job.
amazing, man.
I'm like a public person. I must look healthy, like, and of course,
Yeah, sure.
not exactly actually. I want to be like, I like guns and weapons and stuff, and I not only shooting from them, I'm also like all of the like tactics, gear and stuff, like, and everything. Like, короче, хочется быть и бегать, running and gunning, and at perfect health condition. I always wanted to do this,
That's
and and I have a really good pants.
Jim?
Pants. No,
Pants.
pants. And I just want to fit in, you know?
All right.
We all have those.
It's good motivation there. Yeah, man.
Is Nikita Boyanov married?
Of
Or
course.
single?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Okay,
All
let
right,
let the
Axel,
man
you
go
wanted
to
to
sleep.
ask something.
Yeah. One last question to sum everything up. Your nickname, Trainfender, where does it come from?
Don't
Good
ask.
question.
I don't understand what does it mean. I have a second nickname, Gene Burn. I can like actually
Yeah.
someday I will tell you the history about this nickname because it actually has like some kind of history. But the train fender is like some random words that I decided. Oh, I need to sound like professional artist. Yeah, I love it. Oh, trend finder. Oh yeah, like something fancy, you know. And it's just something. I actually try not to use it because it's obsolete. I'm using like Ginburn or Nick Ginburn, but it's more all right. But again, like I used that nickname when I did a lot of art design stuff, sites, like different kind of stuff. Because before the game developer in the career, I was in art design, art production, site production, website like design and stuff. So for a long time, and that's when I used that nickname more.
I see.
Okay.
Thank you for letting us know.
All right, good. Yeah, if you're not going to reveal anything about Black Division, then
It
what can
doesn't
we say?
exist.
He doesn't know what you're
Doesn't
talking
exist.
about.
Oh, okay.
They don't exist.
All right.
No.
Good.
I don't
Good.
understand.
Only
Okay.
Black Fox. That's it.
Guys, Nikita is still here. If you have questions, shoot. Nikita will tell us. Hey, guys, I have to go. Yeah?
Yeah,
He-
thank you
he
so
tried
much
not to
for
do it.
ruining FPS games for us. Like, I can't
Game
play
I wanna
other
play.
games than Tarkov. Like everything is done for me. Like I'm trying to go back to other games. I'm like, hell nah, I'm getting back to Tarkov. Like, thank you for that.
and like there is still like I can assure you that even if you like decide to get away from Tarkov and come back in 1 year, you will like what you see. And then right after this year, if you come back right after 1 year more, you will like again what
Oh,
you
I'm dreaming about it. Trust me. Like
okay.
I'm.
most likely the game will be released.
Nikita, RBPP key. Are we gonna see a use for that RBPP? Is that key that cannot be used on reserve?
Oh my god, I don't understand what you're talking
Please.
about. PP, RUPP. I understand the PP. Okay, I
Okay, let me.
understand.
Okay, there is a key on reserve. It's called
Yes,
RBPP.
I know. I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's for lose. It's for lose. I don't know. It's just there. For some
Give it
reason,
juice.
I decided to make it like let it be just the key. It will actually not do anything. Okay. For the questions on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And then Scar, the weapons. Is there
Scar,
anything
Scar.
planned with those weapons? Because everybody is waiting for them.
Yes. All the actually, I can tell you that also all the AK-12 series plans, AK-12, AK-15, AK-308, AK Shmake,
AK-50.
AKPK, okay, AK okay, all the series,
Belt-fed machine guns.
of course, and machine guns too.
RPD.
The first, as I said, like the first-
KS-23K.
what?
The KS-23 bullpup.
PKS-23.
KS-23K. It's a
no.
9-round bullpup version of the KS-23.
Jesus.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to think
Yes.
about
Yeah.
that.
More
man.
kneecaps, baby. Let's go.
No, but
Chad
Scar,
killer. I love it.
honestly, this weapon. We have been talking about the weapon. I even talked to one of the weapon modelers with Vlad, Nikita, about
Yeah.
this.
Mhm.
How's the work on the Scar? Is this like a license problem or?
No.
No.
It's just slowly going, and actually, it's. I think it's done, and it's all waiting to be animated and stuff because we don't have enough animators actually right now, and we are hiring animators. So if you guys a good weapon animator, and we actually right now we actually finally have an ability to work distantly with non-Russian professionals easily.
Okay.
And if you wanted to make an effort, and work for us officially, in animations, for example.
If someone is watching now and you will want to apply, where can he do that?
HR@battlestategames.com.
All right, there you have it. Okay.
Thank you for being here, Nikita.
Good.
Yeah, like a lot of things. I hope this year will be pretty efficient because we kind of like, for the sake of location productions, 90% of all of the like art team is on the streets of Tarkov, and I want to release another location before the streets of Tarkov called
Okay.
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse. You
Yeah,
talked about this a long time ago. Yes.
Yeah, and we are working on the blockout of the location. It's a draft version of it, but it will require pretty big amount of workers to complete it, and I really do not want to do it because I like the pace of the production of Streets of Tarkov, and it's a hard to choose thing for myself right now. What should I actually do? Because the Streets of Tarkov is not ready, obviously, and it will be ready. I hope
This year, hopefully.
yes, and we need to release something. First of all, it will be the factory expansion, of course.
Yeah,
The next
yeah.
expansion will be factory expansion, and I saw like approved the plans for it yesterday, and it's pretty big pile of
Pretty
work.
big.
Yeah,
Will it have Scaboss from the beginning?
most likely,
Okay.
because like exactly with this type of expansion, the boss will be more natural, be not more.
Like a babushka 70 years old with a frying pan
No,
behind
no,
you.
no. Бабушка, no бабушка.
No babushka.
No. Like, конечно же нет. О чем базар? Ты чё? Вообще что ли? Ку-ку.
Bro, you mad? Of course not.
Okay. No, it was a
There
joke.
will be like tough guy with a hammer. Factory boss.
You said it was gonna be an axe. Come on.
With a hammer.
bro.
Hammer, big
Thor?
hammer. No, hammer.
Thor incoming.
All right.
Thor?
Good. Good. Very, very good. We really enjoyed your presence, Nikita, and it was one of the best podcasts that we have ever seen with you. So relaxed and in such a great, I don't know, bringing so many good, positive vibes. Right? I loved it, man. I loved it.
My
And we
pleasure.
thank you.
Pleasure.
We thank you, Nikita, for doing such an amazing job with the raid. That was phenomenal. And then obviously with the game, yeah? Obviously with the game. Guys, final words for Nikita?
Love what
Not
you're doing,
question,
bro.
Final words.
Красавчик.
Хорошо.
Очень хорошо.
Замечательно. Спасибо. Всем вам спасибо. Я скажу по-русски. I will say it in Russian. Потому что, может, кто-нибудь смотрит нас по-русски. Ребята, есть кто-нибудь русский в чате? Напишите какое-то слово по-русски, например. Ну, вот слово тюлень. Напишите тюлень по-русски, если кто есть по-русски в чате. Да. Здорово. Тюлень. Ну вот, есть. Ну, кто-то написал стандартное слово из 3 букв. Окей. Спасибо всем, ребята, что были с нами. Вот. Мы много работаем. Мы сейчас... На самом деле, я что-то хочу в этом году... Я вообще думал в этом году поездить, честно говоря, по всяким выставкам. Но потом подумал, нахера? Надо игру доделывать. Вот. И будем много работать, много всего делать. И вот хотим вас поудивлять дальше. Поэтому, в принципе, все знаете. Как бы я постоянно это говорю, там, тра-ля-ля, 3 рубля. Поэтому спасибо большое. Thank you very much for coming, for the questions. Like this was a pretty usual Q&A, you know, but not usual actually. I hope at least something was useful. Actually, I said a lot of things, exclusive things to you, and I really wanted to say it on my podcast, but I don't know. Like
I am sure you're
just
going
say
to
it again.
reveal-
Thank you very
I'm
much.
sure you're going to reveal stuff in the podcast. Yeah, maybe some screenshots and some stuff, right?
Let's wait for the 12.10. As I said, it will be good quality patch. Do not be overexcited, but it will be all right. I like good one. And let's wait for more announcements related to different kind of stuff. We will have a lot of events, actually, a lot of challenges, a lot of tournaments during this year, and we will get you all the information. And yeah, I think this year will be. I hope this year will be pretty like balanced and efficient, and we will not like receive any, not like any like a big amount of negativity. Because again, the good thing is that positive feedback works, and not non-positive feedback is bad for us. For some, at least some of the feedback, it's not like very important for us to see these commentaries. So, but it's okay. It's okay. So thank you, and have a nice, I don't know, day, evening, night, morning.
Thank you, Nikita.
Thank you for your time, brother.
This was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
This
you.
is
Guys.
amazing.
I could just say one thing. I know you really want to go. I just want to say one thing. I'm sorry, man. I really apologize. But on behalf of all of the Tarkov streamers, myself, those of us that have been around for years, honestly, thank you for creating this world. And I'm not talking just about the game. I'm talking about the series, the lore, everything that you've created has given us, a lot of us, a pathway through life in a lot of ways. Like, we do hold Tarkov in such a high regard. For me personally, and for a lot of us, we have sort of created careers around Tarkov. Like literally, I'm not saying Tarkov pays my bills and stuff, but entertaining people, teaching people how to play Tarkov, and everything that's involved in that has it's changed a lot of our lives. Like, this is an amazing universe that you've created. Everyone from BSG, yourself, and honestly, if this is my only opportunity to say this and keep you for another 10 seconds, then I do apologize. But honestly, it's great to see the passion from yourself. It's great to see the passion from the studio, the devs, and the whole team. And the community is like 110% behind it.
Yes.
You know, and the reason why they do get passionate, and the reason why they do say things, and everyone gets all up in arms, is because we just want to see this be the best game that it can be. And we know already, even 0.4, 0.5, when I started, it was already the best FPS experience I've ever had in my life. And you know, I'm so proud, and I'm so humbled to be able to share this game, share this universe, this story with everybody.
Yes.
So thank you.
Nikita deserves our praise in this sense, right? Dan, definitely.
100%, man, 100%.
Thank you, and thank you, everybody. Do not be so kind. Do not be so kind, because I will be flattered, and I will do not do anything. Will not.
I've been able to pay my bills for the last year and a half because of your game. So
your
thanks,
game,
man.
Yeah, your game literally changed my life.
Appreciate
So
I really love this, these stories about the success, not ours, because our success built with pain and tears, and it's kind of smothered, I don't know, it's not 100% pure happiness. It's more like 2% happiness. But I always like and love to hear your stories, how your game changed, how your life changed, and it's it's warming. It's really good to hear. But it doesn't mean that you should say your stories right now, because I really must be going. But thanks again that you're staying with us, and I hope someday we will see each other. And because actually last year I wanted to do some kind of tourney, kind of the big tourney around the world, even to see some players, to see streamers. And most likely someday it definitely will happen. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing, especially when you at least having fun, at least pretty confident in that you found something that will bring you more will to live even. And it's really cool to hear. And not only myself, but all of the team always really likes and love to see that kind of feedback, because it's not only about some all right, I just played some good raid. It's more about thank you very much that EFT changed my life. It's really good to hear. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your
We
time.
Thank you,
appreciate it,
guys.
Nikita.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful, beautiful evening,
Okay.
and we'll talk some other time.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
boys.
you guys. I'll
Yeah,
be going.
take care.
Bye bye, chat. Thank you, chat. Actually,
See ya.
like I read some of the comments and they was all right most likely. And thank you very much. And let's meet another time, like on any other podcast of blog or something like.